Hello folks, today we're gonna be doing something funny, something interesting for a while. I haven't done that ever since forever. We are going to watch and comment a gameplay. Where did I... Oh, here it is, okay. So I am going to speed this up because obviously, you know, like this is playtest. There's a little bit of like that, how can I say, a bit of a delay on like, you know, learning the game. Actually, I think this is skipping some frames. Wait, the frame rate is strange. Seems like if I do this... Wow. Okay, this is actually terrible. Okay, let's go with like, you know, normal speed. I was just planning to go like fast, but I guess we're going normal speed. Actually, is there really no way to go like faster? Wow, yeah, faster makes it go slower because that makes a lot of sense, right? Well done, Windows, well done. Genius programming for sure. So let's speed it up a little bit. The first oh, actually it takes a while to start. This first one will be like angels versus goblins. Bit of an interesting game. Very interesting matchup for sure. I want to go with like the very beginning of the game. How do I skip? How do I skip ahead? I guess I don't. You don't! Gosh. Okay, so he starts by playing... Oh, he has like this thing. It's kind of like... he has like this habit, which I don't recommend doing. He likes to play auras face up, and I don't recommend doing this because like you can think it's like, oh, are you playing this as like as a permanent skill? Because those are like permanent skills that he's playing, right? But he can't really play them, so but he's actually playing them as fire aura. It's very confusing. I don't know how he can like not get confused doing this. And I strongly recommend that you don't do this in general, but you know, it is what it is. He is going with Firebrand, and I'm going with Metatron. As leader, his leader has the effect that once per turn, you can burn me for 1 damage. And my leader has the effect, it costs a lot, it costs like 2 light auras and 2 generic. It allows me to get like a permanent skill token on the field that gives all of my angels vigilance and +1 damage, which is very good for angels, so that my opponent doesn't just swing at my life points since they have flying. And flying in this game works very different than like in Magic, for example, where it's like flying is more like you can... It's like you can't attack a card with flying, but you can take my life points. So it's like I'm using my life points to protect my creature, but it's like not optional. So it can be like a double-edged sword. And with vigilance, I can kind of like choose when I'm blocking with an angel. So it makes it a lot better, for sure. Very good ability to have on something with flying. Oh, he tried to use murder, but he couldn't. He's going to activate the effect of Goblin Stabber. When he is destroyed, he can inflict 1 damage to me. Wait. Did I forgot to account for the damage or something? I don't know what happened there. Oh yeah, and Vigilance, for those who don't know. Vigilance, the way it works in this game is like during the end phase, you untap your soul. So you can like use it to like you untap it, and then you can use it to block attacks when your opponent attacks. like you can sort of like choose the target of their attack. Which is why actually I left the Light Trojan Horse untapped. This is why I didn't attack with him, because like I would much rather have him as a blocker than inflict 1 damage. Because when Light Trojan Horse dies, when White Trojan Horse dies, I can special summon any Light Soul from my deck into the field. And Light Dancer just gives like +1 damage and HP to all Light Souls, and then he also provides 1 Light Aura for me to activate like permanent skill cards and whatsoever, and yeah, all that jazz. My Angel deck is not super tryhard. Like I'm using some cards that probably aren't very optimal in an Angel deck, like the Light Barrier, like Statue of the Light Barrier, which is a card that requires you to like pay a lot of life points to be good in a deck where I'm constantly being attacked directly, so it isn't really very optimal. And okay, so he's summoning like a Goblin Punk. Goblin Punk can swing for 1 damage directly. He has the ability called Infiltrate, which is very common among goblins. What it does is your little creatures can attack my life points directly for like this one only attacks for 1 damage, but when he does, he also has the ability where he can summon a Goblin token which has 1 HP and 1 damage, and the Goblin token also has Infiltrate, and he enters the battlefield attacking. So yeah, it's a lot of damage. It's also pretty decent to protect your life points since you're swarming your field with little goblins. He's having a little bit of like trouble finding the sack where the Goblin token is. This is why I wanted to like speed up the gameplay, because like, you know, like playtesting, you know, takes a lot of time. It takes like, you know, there's like some questioning going around, you know. And there it is, the Goblin token. And I got literally, I mean, I have like Power Absorption as a quick, but it's not very strong against creatures that only deal like 1 damage. You would rather have it against like stronger creatures. Power Absorption, what it does is like it negates 1 attack, and then the damage that I would have taken from this attack becomes like healing for a target soul or my life points. So I can use this to like kind of like slow down his burning deck, his burning strategy. But you know, if I'm only using it like for 1 damage, I'm not doing like a big deal of damage. Oh, and I think I did fix the like him not using the Goblin Stabber ability. Because I'm pretty sure it's like not optional. So the game state has been fixed. I am considering using Metatron's ability, because like, since it's like you can like every turn you can put like 1 more, and they always give like +1 damage to all angels. It's very nice to like stack these like tokens on the field. Oh yeah, I'm also like, remember that like Light Dancer is providing a light aura, so I technically have 4 auras on the field. So now all my bitches have vigilance and +1 damage. I even type it for him. Yeah. Something nice to do with your playtesters, you know. Have it like visual cues to help them get through the game. Then I'm like considering what I'm going to do. A little bit distracted with the whole like visual cueing. That is my second action. Now I only have like 1 more action. I'm considering on whether I place Sanctuary of the Divine or not. Okay, I'm just gonna swing. Swing with Light Dancer, swing with Light Trojan Horse. He sent the token to the graveyard. That's 4 damage, right? Am I going to end phase without like using one action? Oh no, I'm going to place. Yeah, I'm gonna place Seraphiel, Guardian of Light. She's the boss monster of the angels, as for now. Like she's pretty much like the only legendary angel. I'm going to activate her effect to place a barrier counter on her. What barrier counters do is, if they would be targeted by a card effect, I can just pop a barrier counter instead. I am thinking about reworking barrier counters so that they can also negate attacks, because they feel a little like you can't really get around of them when there's like too much of them. While like, you know, if you could like waste your opponent's like barrier counters with attacks, you would be able to get around them. And I think I ended phase without, either I draw a card for my third action, or I forgot what I did, or I forgot to do like the third action. But it's fine. It's cool. Either way, it's fine. But yeah, like I'm considering about like changing barrier counters so that like they also negate attacks, so that like you can like summon small creatures to remove barrier counters from your opponent. Because like because sometimes like barrier counters feel a little bit useless. Like on small creatures, they're literally useless. It's like, oh, if you have like a small creature that cannot be targeted by card effects, it's kind of pointless. It feels pointless, you know? I don't know why I'm thinking so much about this card. He summons another punk. He made like a crucial mistake. Like he played Skill Burner as an aura, which is a really good card against Light, because Light is all about playing skill quick cards to like protect their cards. And Skill Burner, what it does is it negates all skill cards effects. It really is like the optimal card to have against this particular matchup. So that was a bit of a huge mistake now that I'm thinking about it. So he's going to use Goblin Punk, attack, swinging for 1 damage, summoning the token for 1 more damage. I pointed that he should be using Firebrand, and he's like, oh yeah, I use Firebrand effect, and I deduct the damage. Yeah. I'm considering using like the Field Spell, but I feel like the Field Spell of Metatron is like not as good as the first ability. I don't know. I'm not a big fan, I guess. I don't know. Like I would sometimes I much rather stack the token that decreases the damage of my creatures rather than like having something that just gives like +2 damage and HP and first strike. I finally play Sanctuary of the Divine. I do have to play like a 4th aura for my Seraphiel to be able to attack. One thing that I recommend when you're playing like this game, unless you're like a pro player and you have played like, which I mean nobody, right? Literally nobody. Take your time when you're playing the game, you know, because like I feel like this is like a golden rule for trading card games in general. Unless you're like in a tournament setup and you train yourself to play fast, take your time to play the game slowly, you know, like because like there is a lot of things in play that you have to consider while you're playing the game. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to like forget that I don't have like a 4th light arrow, that I'm like just going to tunnel vision through my like 3 arrows, and you know, like because I'm like the creator. Oh no, okay, I didn't tunnel vision, thank goodness. But yeah, like sometimes I commit like misplays, and because I'm the creator of the game, people like don't call me on it because they think, oh, like I don't know, maybe there's like some kind of effect in play that allows him to do this. So like maybe what he's doing is somehow right. I just don't understand how it's right. Right? But no, I make a lot of misplays all the time, and by all means do call me out on it. I activate this to give a protection counter on Seraphiel. Makes sense. Again, visual cue, barrier counter, protection counter. Protection is red, barrier is black. Easy to see, easy to understand. Help out your opponent for a safe and balanced game state, right? Now, I guess we're discussing something. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, battle phase. Just swing at the punk with Urban Seraph, and then I attack with Seraphiel on the token, which he wrongly places on the graveyard, and then end phase, everything, like, you know, Vigilance, everything gets untapped, and it's kind of a scary field for him. Like, you know, my field is getting like increasingly, like my field is snowballing, and that's what angels do that is like so dangerous. Because light is like, it's very hard to break their boards, they constantly like snowball. They tend to snowball because like they are going to continue to like expand their like unbreakable board, and you are not. So they really snowball out of control, and even if you try to stop their snowballing, it's like they are like more tired, like you're more likely to get tired than they are. And so, like, you know, if it runs out into like a long stalemate, they're always going to win. So you kind of have to like hurry up against them. Like, you can't let them set up a board, and because if they do, it just becomes unbreakable. Like right now, like I'm sitting in such a good spot. Like I have like 2 protection counters on it. Oh no, I have 2 barrier counters on it, and 1 protection counter on my boss card. So it's like it can be targeted by card effects twice, and it can be like destroyed once. And I do have like a quick skill card that is going to negate 1 attack and heal me on life points, so that like I can slow down his burning. I do think that like his burning strategy needs like some work, in my opinion. I have been playtesting with like goblin decks that can like consistently deal like 4 damages per turn, like 4 damage per turn, so it can like win in like 5 turns, which is a pretty good rate for a deck, for a burn deck. His deck is like, it's doing like 2 damage and then 3 damage and then 2 damage, you know. It's a little bit slow paced, you know, it's dragging, it's taking a while. He should probably have played some of the cards that he played as Zara. He should have probably have played as like actual like permanent skills. Like one of them is like every time I draw a card, I get burned for 1 damage, and this also applies to like me wasting actions to draw cards. So this card can actually be huge at a certain point in the game state. He also like gave up a card that is like, every time your goblins attack, this card inflicts 1 damage to my life point. So it's basically, it's almost like it's giving like +1 damage to all of your goblins. What is interesting about this card is that it combos with another permanent card called Oil Pit that says that like every time I take 1 damage, like every time that I take damage, this card inflicts damage to... Yeah, it's recording, okay. Sometimes it stops recording, you know, like it's like some weird stuff. Every time I take damage, this card inflicts damage to any target. So you can like just go like Goblin attacks, then Goblin Gang inflicts me 1 damage, and then Water Pit inflicts me 1 damage, and then Punk attacks, and then I take 1 damage, and then Goblin Token attacks, and then I take 1 damage from Gang again, and then 1 damage from Oil Pit again, and then I take 1 damage from Gang, and you can kind of like, you know, start doing your Goblin combos to really get your strategy going. It also combos very well with Fireblind, because he deals 1 damage, so he's going to do more damage with that. So when you're like playing Barding decks, you really gotta like just go ham on the burn strategy. You have to like finish your opponents as fast as you can, in my opinion, right? It's like the best defense is a good offensive. Like if you kill your opponent fast enough, he won't be able to play cards. Like I don't like any other kind of like burn deck, like burn decks that like just sit around and do nothing. Like Mystic Mine in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not a huge fan of these. Like it's boring. It can be effective, but it's boring as hell. I think you can actually do something like that in Magic with like some of the floodgates in that game, but it's also just like equally as boring. I swing at his Goblin King. I remove his token that shouldn't be there, and I kill his little token, his little like vanilla Goblin. I feel like this vanilla Goblin should never be in a Goblin deck. I feel like the only like advantage that he gets from being the only advantage that he provides to the deck is that he combos with Goblin Gang, and that he is searchable by... I mean, he's searchable by King, but that doesn't matter. Like, you'd never want to search him with King. You can, like... I don't know, like, it's just a bad card. Like, it's a vanilla. Like, I don't know how I feel about this card. So I'm... Ooh, shit. Oh, yeah, I did that. I combined all 3 of them to summon Saint Michael, Archangel of Order, and at this point it's just game over. Like at that point it's pretty much just overkill. I give him like a protection counter of like the Sanctuary of the Divine, and then I place like 1 barrier for no reason, I guess. I don't know why I did that. That was a misplay. And then I use 1 action to draw 1 card, and I think I end my turn. At this point, it's just over. There's like literally nothing he can do, and Michael is going to like life steal me for like more life points. So I'm just never going to lose to burning at this point. So he's just done. So yeah. I'm gonna like just kind of like skip through this, because this is like just him like trying to, I don't know, like kind of puzzle, like kind of go through this, kind of trying to solve a unsolvable puzzle at this point. I did summon like Michael to end this game, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I don't want this game to like take forever for no reason, obviously. I use this card to banish Goblin King, timeout. He sent it to the graveyard. I place another one because again, like I don't feel like I need the field spell ever. to be honest. And then I put more counters on her, I guess, because I don't know why I didn't put like more counters on Strife. I think I forgot like about her effects that like increase her damage every time she attacks and stuff like that. And yeah, I think yeah, that's the game. He's, you know, showing the cards in his hand. A lot of the cards that he's like showing should probably be like on the aura instead of the cards that he placed. It's a very common mistake to be done. Like, oh wait, no, he didn't give up actually. He did swing with that like guy. I think I used like power absorption to, yeah, I used power absorption to heal more life points. But I mean, at this point it was just over. So yeah, it's GG really. He didn't went to the through the end, I guess, but you know, at the end it's just like it's whatever. And then I mentioned like, oh, you should play this card. This card is like, this leader is literally made to make like goblins viable. And she's also like the win condition for the goblins at this current state. So like, yeah, you should probably play this card, bro. Like, I don't know, it's kind of a card. It's kind of a real card. I wonder if there's like a, like, cause this like gameplay, this next game, like this next match is going to be like kind of boring if I'm being honest. And I wonder if there's like, there's like another one where it's like not boring. Hey guys, just no, this is a video that I made. Yeah, I think no, I think I didn't record. Azul. Yeah, no, I didn't. Oh well. There was like this game. I think we forgot to record. Like, we didn't record. There was this game. It was like his first win against me, and it was really fun. Actually, it was really cool. Like he played a lot of like cool cards, a lot of like cool combos against me, and it was like so cool to see, like, you know, him getting to learn the game and starting to do plays. But it's whatever. This game is going to be a bit of a boring one, honestly. Because I'm going to play like a very annoying strategy, and I played it on purpose, to be honest. So I'm going to basically play Exodia. Basically, I'm going to play a deck where like the ace card of the deck is like a card called Seraphic Summon. What it does is it's a skill permanent that costs 4 arrows, or of any arrow. It's a win. Like it's in my hand right now. Oh wait, no. I was just testing draws. And if I have 3 copies of it on the field, I automatically win the game. I think I'm going to nerf it, because like I am changing the game to make it so that like the game only, like, so that it can actually have like 4 copies of the game. And this was the game that actually made me like realize that I should probably go with like 4 copies per card. Like maybe 3 copies per deck isn't really a good number, and this is like the game that made me realize that. And I think I'm going to nerf Seraphic Summon, obviously, so that you have to have like all of the so that you need to have like 4 copies of it on the field, because like this card is like meant to be like a meme rather than like a play style, you know. So let's it's annoying that I can't like skip frames. It's so annoying. Can I really not? I have to do it manually. Whatever. So my turn, I play like one Guardian Angel as Aura. Guardian Angel is like, If I'm getting attacked directly, I can discard him to like end the battle phase, so he's a pretty good card. He's like kind of like a skill quick card at the same time as he is a soul. Like he's a pretty awesome card to have in pretty much any light deck. I play Birthday Cake. When Birthday Cake is summoned, is played, I get like to put 2 mana counters on it, and then I can like remove one and tap this card to draw 1 card. So it's basically like you're slowly drawing more cards every turn, if you can like continuously feed it with mana counters. A lot of talking. Wait, I gotta you know, hydrate, breathe in, breathe out. Oh, how did that card ended up in that deck? What the hell? Let's draw his 8 cards, initial cards for his hand. He's playing like now a sassy little goblin as a leader. Leader of the Goblin Vendors. I have to fix the like where it says like Crag to say Crag with UE. So I'm playing like a very like heavy control deck, just like slow down, draw cards, trying to get my win condition. It's going to be a little bit boring. So I play Wish Offering. That card allows me to like look at the top 3 cards on the top of my deck, and if I do, I pick one, put it in my hand, and then I put the other 2 on the bottom of my deck. So a pretty good card for like improving hand during my opponent's turn, which is kind of crazy. So yeah. And then the game, like Tabletop Simulator, start doing like funky, weird shit. It doesn't give me the card. It's tabletop things, you know? He summons Lazy Lizard. Lazy Lizard has like, he attacks for 6 damage from the aura cost of 1. But if he do, he gets tapped. And he cannot be untapped. The only way to untap him is if you destroy a fire arrow from your aura pool. And I use this card to like heal the life points. He did boost his attack points with Craggy, which makes it so that like Craggy gives like +2 damage to her soul until the end phase. I'm going to use my second counter to draw another card. When this card runs out of like mana counters, it gets destroyed. That's why I sent it to the graveyard. This card wouldn't be good against Lazy Lizard. Like Police Officer, like when he's summoned, I get to place like 3 stun counters on a soul. No, it's 2. It's 2 stun counters on a soul. What stun counters do is like if the card would be untapped for any reason, you remove a stun counter instead. But against a card that like just won't untap by its own effect, it's literally useless. Then I use Amy's effect, which is going to be super useful again on this particular deck. It draws 1 card, and then it allows me to like discard 1 card. Oh, I'm going to waste 1 action to draw. And for my last action, I'm going to draw 2 cards with Pen of Greed, and that is my turn. And I think that's like the moment when he realizes that what I'm doing, because he actually knew about Seraphic Summon. Like he actually like, I think he read like pretty much all of the cards in the game. Or like most of them, or like maybe just the most visually interesting, I guess. He's playing Fired Up. Fired Up is like a really good card for like aggro fire decks or burn strategies. What it does is it places like 2 fire arrows tokens on your aura pool. So it's a really fast way to get your like aura like setup going. He summons Goblin Punk, which is huge. And he summons Troll, like Unfriendly Troll and Unreasonable Imp. His effect, when he's summoned, I take 1 damage. Also, if he is destroyed, you can special summon like a Imp token. A Fire Imp token. That is a 1/1. I decided to take the damage, it's whatever. So, man, can I really not skip ahead? Because this is a long game, bro. This is like literally just imagine like Exodia Mystic Mine is basically what I'm playing. I guess I'm just going to like because I don't want to get like planted here for like another 40 minutes, which is the amount of turns that this is going to take. I'm just going to like skip a little bit ahead and just go like through the turns, I guess. Oh, so it's my turn. I draw 2 cards. Nothing of value here. Activate this card, draw 1 card. No, I think this is the turn where he realizes that I'm playing Seraphic Summon. Because, I mean, at this point it's just obvious, right? I mean, I'm literally not playing Souls or whatever. So, yeah. So I draw into draw cards and blah 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 blah. Yeah. I feel bad for him because like he did get to summon like Gradcore, like which is like a huge playmaker for goblins. And when he did, I just played like Retaliation to destroy it when he attacked. It feels kind of bad for him. And there is like the first piece of the Seraphic Summon. I play Library Scavengers. Right now I'm basically playing like Exodia Library. Yeah. I should actually be careful of this card, right? Because I do have like a little bit of an Exodia card. And I do have like I have like an Exodia card, and I have like a library. I have like a literal library in the game. So if I play this card and I'm just like drawing cards, like just play this into like Pen of Greed, into like another Pen of Greed. It gets like 2 counters. Then next turn I play like Sudden Muse so it can be destroyed, and that's like 3 counters. So I draw 1 card, and then the next turn it's just like Pen of Greed into Birthday Cake. I'm drawing like what, a million cards. It can be obnoxious, I think. This is like sad. He drew like the answer. He drew the perfect answer to my deck. Skill Burn negates all the skill cards, but unfortunately when he does so, I activate counter to negate the summon, and that's basically how I won the game. Yeah, at this point he just can't do anything. At this point he's just like forced to sit and watch as I gather like the 3 pieces of the Seraphic Summon. It's kind of sucks to watch. I feel like he even summoned like the Volcanis, like the biggest fire card, fire soul. It's impossible to summon, but it's not even like it won't even do anything against me at this point. Like it may sound like I'm losing a lot of life points here, but I'm like losing life points in a way that like makes sense, in a way that like because like I'm pretty much like losing life points to not like waste valuable skill cards. Like the only life points that matters is the last one. So yeah. I even do it. I was such a tryhard. I even played like Bubble Girl just to like stop his aggression. I'm just so disgusting. And then I attacked the helicopter with Bubble Girl. This was like a bit of like a painful game for him, and it was like a feels bad game for me. But it was kind of like a necessary test to like, you know, see like it's kind of like a stress test. To be honest, I might just like delete Seraphic Summon entirely. Like it generates such like such a boring playstyle that it maybe shouldn't even be in the game to begin with, even though it's a really cool card. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna delete that card, fuck it. If it's not fun, then what's the point? It sucks, but it is what it is. Like, it sucks for me because, like, you know, I wasted time doing, like, this really cool artwork, but... it's like, what's more important? Like, me or the player? And I feel like the player is more important. So this is just... probably going to go. Like, I don't want to have like a Mystic Mine in my game, especially on day 1. And then there we have it. Like, I play like the 3rd Seraphic Summon and just win it. I even play like Big Bertha. Big Bertha is like a 10-10 wall. If your opponent will special summon a monster, you have to discard a card first. So it's a floodgate. It's a soft floodgate. And there you have it. Like, that was a painful game to watch. But the first one was fun. It was very single-sided. I think his deck needed a lot of work. I feel like the biggest like problem there was like his deck. I feel like his plays were like on point. He was doing very good. I was actually like playtesting a little bit with like you're not supposed to see that. Playtesting a little bit with goblins myself, and what I was doing is like let's make a goblin deck real quick. I'll try to make like super quick about this because I don't want to take too much of your time. No. This, that, and not this, and that, and this. One more. Okay. Fuck it. Can be this card. Whatever. Okay. So what I like to do with goblins is play Fire Dancer. Fire Dancer is a huge playmaker for this deck. what he does, since he provides like he's such a good card for this deck. He provides 1 fire aura and more damage. So let's say like I'm going second, right? So let's say I'm playing like this card is aura and this boy. And then I play like a goblin stabber, right? I activate Krag's effect. Now he's at 5 damage. I swing for 5, just like that, right? Turn 1, swing for 5. And then I have like, I have Fireball if I need to like protect this card from like a weak soul or whatever. And so on and so forth. Fire Dancer. Excuse me. Is like Fire Dancer, like especially now there can go like 4 copies of it, is a huge starter for this deck. Where is like Fired Up? Did I put Fired Up? I did. Let's suppose that I'm starting with like Fired Up in hand, right? So like I play like Fire Dancer into Fired Up, since he's like providing 1 aura for Fired Up. And now, just like that, I already have like 2 auras and 1 soul on the field. Then I play like Goblin Punk at 2 damage. Activate her effect. Now he's like at 4. Swing for 4 damage. His effect activates. And another Goblin Punk swings for 2. 6 damage turn 1. And I have 3 souls. I can even do this. I can like swap these 2 cards into I like to hold on. Swap these 2 cards into Volcanic Cinder's Dragon. Activate his effect. Burn for more 2 damage. 8 damage in turn 1. And I have like a big boy that is going to attack for like 4 damage. And then if he dies, I get like the field. So like next turn, like let's suppose like everything just dies and I don't take damage, right? Because the word, like, no, because in a perfect words. So like next turn, I can just play like this goblin, and maybe this goblin too. I haven't played this card or whatever. And then like I'll put like mark 2 damage on this guy, whatever. He's going to swing for 6 damage. And is going to search like a goblin, and that's obviously going to be Goblin Punk. Right. And then this guy swings for like 1 more damage. And main phase 2, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna summon another Cinders. And I'm going to burn for 2 more damage. This is like 2 turns, I inflicted 17 damage. Presume that I'm like not going to get interrupted for whatever reason. And yeah, it's a lot of damage. It's just a lot of damage. And guess what? Next turn, I can literally just do this. Banish this card, summon Soulfire, summon, I don't know, this guy, whatever. And like at this point I have like options. I can just like make this guy attack for a game, or I can just like combine these 2 and play like Oil Pit for like for Cinders. Cinders inflict 2 damage. Oil Pit activates, inflict 1 damage for a game. So you can really like make like crazy fast like burn decks in this game. And they're like pretty like everything or nothing, kind of like in Magic. It's like if you don't start with like the perfect hand, Like if you don't start with Fire Dancer in your hand or something like that, you are very likely to just lose the game. But if you do start with the hand, then you're gonna win in like 2 or 3 turns, guaranteed. 3 turns minimum. I'd say 3 turns minimum. I can never win. Okay, 3 turns. Less than 3 turns. So yeah, this will be it. Very good playtest. I'll try to bring more playtests so people can see the game being played. It's a lot of fun, really. Like I'm really proud of the work that I'm doing with this game. It's just like so much fun to just play the game. I'm just having a blast like creating this game. I'm actually having fun making this game, and that's like not something a lot of the developers can say about their game. So I'm very lucky. I'm very happy that I can have fun while I'm working in this game. And you know, hopefully we can like get to a point where the game can become sustainable and make something real happen, which would be delightful and awesome. But yeah, that's will be it for today. We're going to end this. See you guys soon. I'm planning like some videos for you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.